y'all, Editing Taylor here. I just wanted to jump in really quick and let y'all know that this video, I did the voiceover in one take. I have been staring at this computer all day, and so I'm just letting you know that there are going to be a couple breaks between the video and the audio, because the audio won't really match up if I just let the whole thing play. So I just wanted to jump in and let y'all know that. Please enjoy my first speed build, and I'll see y'all later. Hey y'all, it's Vite Gaming, and I am back with my first ever speed build, like my first one ever. Y'all, I'm so excited about this speed build. I can't lie to y'all. I'm surprised that I got it down to 18 minutes, because this speed build took me 2.5 hours, and it's only an apartment. But the speed build is for our family dynamic sim, Laina. I am absolutely obsessed with her. I love her so much. I've actually been prepping the save for a very long time, but now my game is glitchy, so now I have to figure that out. But that's neither here nor there. We are here to talk about our speed build. So this speed build, I was very, very, very confused because of the layout of the apartment. It took me a really long time to figure out how I wanted to situate Laina's room. I knew I wanted her room to be at kind of like a platform and for her to walk up to her room, but there are also going to be some bits that you guys will see that I did not cut out because I struggled so hard. Like, that's really why it took me so long, because I struggled so hard with this apartment, y'all. Like, genuinely, I was struggling. Like, there was stairs that were fighting me. This archway right here that I just put right there, that was fighting me. I couldn't even get into the little like walk-in section because I could not put any objects there, and I was getting so frustrated. But it ended up working out. I am going to be changing a couple things that you'll see later on in the video, but I did want to talk just slightly about the Family Dynamics challenge. I'm so excited about this challenge because I've been playing it in my spare time. I know I did the same thing with the Not So Berry challenge, but that's just what I do. I just tend to play it in my spare time, and then I'm like, I actually kind of want to record this, even though I'll just do the same things over and over again. But that's neither here nor there. I am thinking that the Family Dynamics challenge may go in place of the Not So Berry challenge, at least for right now, because my Not So Berry save is still corrupted, and I have to find a workaround for it. But I have just been wanting something new, something fresh, and something that I haven't seen much of. I know that it's been done, obviously, but it's also been a while since I've seen it done. So I was like, what's a new legacy challenge that we can do that I might actually want to complete? And I was like, Family Dynamics. Oh my gosh, yes. Before this, I actually created the 3 suitors for Laina, and I had so much fun doing that. I can't lie. Their cast is going to be up before this, so I'm really excited for y'all to see that creative sim. They're so cute, and I'm just so excited for her to interact with them because I'm obsessed with Laina. I've played with her for maybe 10 minutes just to kind of play test the apartment, but I played with her for like 10 minutes and I was like, yeah, she's my legacy founder. But this apartment is just so oddly shaped. Like, I was just like, I don't know where I want the living room to be. I don't know where I want the kitchen to be, her room, her bedroom. Like, y'all can see right here, I'm literally fighting this curtain. Like, everything was fighting me. The stairs were fighting me. What else was fighting me? The kitchen was, her bathroom was fighting me. Like, everything was not wanting to be placed where I was trying to place it. This may be why I don't do speed builds, but my ADHD was all over the place. Like, I would focus on one section for a really long time and then be like, oh, this would look good in the kitchen, and then I'll just like spin the whole thing around and we'll be in the kitchen for like 5 minutes. Another thing is, I am not a huge move objects on person, only because if you build an entire apartment or house or whatever with move objects on, Sims have a bunch of routing issues. That's just my personal experience. I did use it a couple times just to get things strategically placed where I wanted to when the game wouldn't let me. But as you can see here, sorry, I'm watching the video. As you can see here, I'm trying to figure out, how do I want this kitchen to be laid out? I couldn't figure out where I wanted the fridge, and I was like, this just looks so weird. Maybe I'll do a little cooking nook over here because she is a chef, and I knew that she would want a big, luxurious kitchen, and I wanted to give it to her. So that's what I'm doing here. I use move objects on when I am struggling and things just don't want to be placed where I need them to be placed. You know, I have seen and I have actually built things where I have used move objects on, and the Sims just don't want to do right. I don't know what that's about. Like, this doesn't make logical sense. I put this on the wall and you're trying to tell me that you can't get to something that's on the ground because of what's on the wall. Like, move objects on is a great cheat that I obviously used sparingly throughout this build, but I don't use it often because it stresses me out. But I did do the kitchen slightly off camera, not too long. I was just trying to figure out where to place things, and I just didn't want to waste recording time. I kind of went off cam and like figured out the layout, and I was like, okay, we're gonna go with this. As you can see, I put the fridge on the edge and the stove, and I put a little something right there because that corner was making me so mad. I was like, something needs to be on that corner. I have no clue. But also, as you can see, this is a very heavy CC build. Like, I know I would love to post this on the gallery, but it is just so heavily modded. Pretty much every aspect of this apartment is CC, and I could not be happier. It's what I downloaded my CC for. I went on a huge CC shopping spree just for this this LP, and so I made sure that majority of the things that I used were going to be custom content on purpose. I did it on purpose because I feel like Laina has such a clean white lines. Like, you know, she doesn't like a lot of clutter, but she does want people to know, like, hey, I live here. Oh, I am watching this, but this was fighting me too because I wanted to raise the platform a bit more, and I was like, why can I not raise the platform? It was because of the stairs. It's because I put stairs there. And this whole section right here, I was gonna cut this out, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna cut it out. They need to see I was struggling, y'all. Like, when I say I was struggling so hard with this build, especially those stairs, I was like, I kind of wanted to do the platform trick where you put the platform in a corner and raise it up, but I was like, no, I want to use all of the room that I am allotted for this apartment because it's already not the most spacious apartment, and I've actually had a sim live in this apartment and it was a completely different layout, which I think is super cool because apartments are talked about a lot because you don't have as much free will with them, but I think it's fun. Like, I had a sim, and I think where Laina's bedroom and bathroom was literally 2 bedrooms, and like one of those bedrooms was like half a bedroom, half a studio. She was a mom of 2, and then everything else was living room and kitchen, and she had her bathroom like in the corner where the little cooking nook is. So I just really appreciate how you do have some freedom, just not as much freedom as you would as if you were building on an empty lot. But y'all can see I was struggling so hard. I was like, what door fits here? I really don't want her door to be see-through. It's the door to her bedroom. Like, I was just going back and forth, and I was like, you know what? It's okay. It'll be kind of cute. It goes with the aesthetic, open, you know. I also almost forgot that we had Bentley. Bentley is her puppy, and I was like, oh crap, I need to get him some puppy stuff. So I ended up putting his food bowl in that corner, which actually worked out perfectly because that was just empty space. And I was like, I also am looking at the ceiling, and I'm like, I love this ceiling, but I'm not sure I would want it across the entire apartment. I may or may not end up just putting the hardwood flooring as the ceiling for the apartment. On to Laina's bedroom. I feel like this didn't take me the most time, but it did take a really good chunk of the time because I was figuring out this layout, and it's so crazy because I was building the whole time, and you'll be able to see it here in a second, but I put down her bed, and then I was like, ooh, I want something to go on the end of her bed, maybe like a couch or an ottoman or something. And so I started looking for that, and I was like, I don't know if I want this here. So it was there pretty much the majority of the rest of the build, and I ended up deleting it towards the end because I ended up putting like a laundry basket or something in that place. I also love this rug. It gives the room, like right here, this is what I was talking about. This is why I don't do voiceovers. ADHD, too bad. I'm trying to watch and talk at the same time. This is almost as bad as trying to play and talk. But this bench right here, I ended up deleting it her room doesn't have a lot of space, so I had to maximize the space that I had with like either smaller items or just placing them differently. That's also Bentley's bed in the corner. Very bougie hanging bed. Also, I know I'm talking a lot, and I know you guys are probably like, oh, shut up so we can watch the build. But I'm just so excited because it's my first speed build. I literally have never done this before, and I'm so excited. And I don't know how people do it all the time because this took me forever. But this is a mod that's supposed to help with like shelving and give you multiple slots and things. And I could not get it to work. I don't know why. I just wanted so much clutter on her desk, but it just wasn't working. And I was like, maybe the game is trying to tell me that Laina would not have too much clutter on her desk. And I was like, okay, fine. We'll put her journal, some pencils, and a candle and call it a day. So Laina's room is so gorgeous. It's just so aesthetic. Everything about her house is so aesthetic. It's literally clean white lines with the most minimal clutter. I also may end up changing this little section over here because Laina does travel a lot, but I don't want her to always use the suitcase to change her clothes. I just don't feel like that. I don't feel like that's a good vibe personally. I also wanted to add a lot of realistic aspects, so I added some outlets on the floor, light switches, and different things like that. This is what I mean. I'm jumping back and forth because I'm finding things in Build and Buy, and this is the opportunity that I took to put all of the kitchen clutter in. I put all of my food mods because, like I said, Laina is a chef, so I gave her all the food mods in the world because I love my food mods. Y'all know this. I ended up finishing up the kitchen and putting in some Home Chef Hustle things. And then I was like, ew, this corner is so bare. Like, I need to put something over here. So I struggled. Like, y'all can see it. I'm like, nothing fits here. What am I supposed to put here? And I ended up finding the absolute perfect mirror set. I love this mirror set so much. I almost put it in her room too because it's so cute. Like, everything about her house is so aesthetic, and I'm quite literally obsessed with it. So there are actually a few things, like, I don't know if y'all can tell because it is kind of moving pretty fast, but I could not put stuff in that little corner right there where the walkway is. I could not put stuff there, and I have no clue why. It just would not let me, so I had to like go over or like zoom in really far. I also love these Vogue paintings. There's so many swatches and they're like vintage Vogue, so like I just feel like it just screams bougie. Like, she just screams bougie, and I'm obsessed with it. I think one of my favorite parts would probably have to be either the kitchen or Laina's bathroom. I am so in love with Laina's bathroom. It is like the perfect amount of clutter, and everything is placed in a way that makes sense, you know, but it's kind of like it took me forever to get there. Like, look, I literally just ended up deleting it and putting a yoga mat down because I knew this yoga mat was going to take so much room, and I was like, oh my gosh, Laina would kill me if I forgot her yoga mat. So I was like, I gotta put it somewhere. So I ended up putting it at the foot of her bed. Like I said, I did play test this and it worked pretty well. Only thing was my game was glitchy, so I have to kind of figure out what that's about. As you can see here, I'm about to turn move objects on because it doesn't make sense. Also, pause. This is a smart refrigerator, meaning we can play music from our fridge. Like, what the heck? And this is me looking and trying to figure out what the room looks like, and I was like, just put something over there. I don't care what it is, just something. At this point, I was getting tired, and I was like, I have one room left. Don't get burnt out. Don't get burnt out. So I was like, I have one room left. You can do it. I believe in you. So I just ended up putting some aesthetic paintings on the wall, and here we are with the bathroom, the last room of the speed build. And I may or may not just stop talking and just let the bathroom run. But I did want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know what you guys think about my first speed build. I'm so excited. about this challenge. I can't lie. Like, I'm literally so excited. I'm bouncing off the walls. I want to record and record and record and record, but my voice would not let me do that if I wanted to do that. Don't forget that you are loved, you are beautiful, you are unique. There is nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody on this earth that is like you, that can do you like you, who knows you like you, and can bring the things to the world that you bring. And don't forget that there is nothing that is impossible, because the word itself is I'm possible. The next video hopefully will be the first episode, and I know y'all are like, okay girl, we get it, you're prepping your save, because I'm ready for this series just as much as y'all are. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.